Hey, how's it going? Just gonna do a quick little review of squats, what to look for. If you're feeling a little tweaky in your back, I'm assuming that's kind of where you're kind of feeling it. Maybe some pointers just to review. I think the best thing to start with, always air squats. Put them into a warm up, see how things are feeling just from that level. A few things we're looking for in the air squat: knees over toes, right? So I'm trying to get my feet in the video here. And we're just gonna go knees over toes as we squat, right? So knees out, you're thinking about doing that to engage your glutes. So if your knees are in, your glutes are off, your knees are out, glutes are on. Good way to warm up with those is those band walks. And start to feel how that pressure feels out. That'll be a good way to fire things up in the back as well. But air squats, knees over toes as we go down and up. Depth-wise, we wanna go too parallel or a little bit below parallel. Reason being, if we don't squat low enough, forces are going down into the knee, where there's no musculature to like take all that weight. So we want to squat to where if we had a marble on our knee, that marble would fall down into our glutes and all these muscles back here to take that weight. But we also want to keep a neutral spine. If we squat too low, we'll round. Obviously, you can see the back is compromised here. There's a point where you're going too low with a weighted squat. If you just do an air squat like this, I think there's kind of benefits to going through this range of motion, but obviously weighted, you probably don't want to sit down here if you have that little butt tuck or we call it butt wink, we kind of roll under here. So you want to be up, we can kind of maintain a neutral spine, but not too low where you lose it, right? So you can warm up an air squat here, but know that when you're weighted squatting, you want to be just below parallel, and this would all be in tension with a neutral spine. All right, so let's mess around with the bar to kind of see how that feels with the bar on the back, and then some options there too. What do you have? But just get under the bar and same thing. Maybe when you're with the bar, work on kind of finding where your depth is, but don't go too low. You always want to maintain a neutral spine, especially the weight under. Even if it's just the barbell, you don't want to go too low. Put that bar on your back. Your position of the bar is good, I've seen it. But maybe you want to think about squeezing your back, like you're at the top of a pull-up, squeezing that bar down, engaging those lats and kind of pulling it into your traps. So there's tension there, where it's not just loose. Where we're engaging our lats and pulling. Literally, it's like I'm doing a pull-up, but my head's kind of in front of the bar, if that makes sense. So we can talk about this a little more too in person. And then squatting-wise, I'm just going a little bit below parallel. We're thinking about maintaining tension, right? Too low would be this. Okay, everything kind of rounds out. So I want to be in that place where I'm in tension. And I'm usually always putting a bar warm up, 5 or 10 reps, to make sure we're feeling good, things are feeling good. You're kind of assessing where things are. If you're feeling little tweaks at that point, warm up a little more, or maybe it's a day you just stay away from back squats. You know, I think anytime you feel something, kind of just lay off it. Usually it takes like a day to kind of like feel a little better, day or two. Could have been how we slept, it could have been training the day before, it might have been a little tight, right? So just watch out for those little tweakies. Maybe give them a little space more than we would have when we were younger, you know? So maybe just give it another day, and I think you'll tend they kind of heal themselves a little bit. And like I said, you can always just do some band work. Like I said, there's lateral band work, just some air squats. Even put some dumbbells on your shoulders. It might just help your position a little bit if you want to get some volume in. And maybe do some higher reps of squats. But another option is box squats. So hopefully this isn't too long of a video, but I'm gonna go some box squats here. This is a good way to help you stay above parallel or at parallel and feel a little safer with the squat. All right, so we'll squat down to the bench, maybe pause 1, 2, and then go drive up. So I'm not fully sitting on the bench and letting loose. There's a tension in my back, there's a tension in my legs, not right, like, I don't know if you can see it here, but we're just kind of relaxing. I'm not relaxed, I'm engaged. There's like tension in my legs. Even though I'm sitting, I'm still in tension, and then I'm up. So I'll come down, 1, 2, tension, and drive through. And that'll obviously like protect you from going too low. Feel like you can put a little weight on the bar, and kind of have that moment of isolation too, and driving through. So next time maybe we'll work on box squats just to kind of put them in, or bench or whatever you kind of have at home, doesn't have to be a box. But that could help too. So I hope all those pointers help a little bit. Like I said, number one thing is if you do feel something, probably best to just pull off it. Go into air squats if you feel like you need to get squats in, or just give it a couple days and work on those push-ups. So, okay, I hope that helps.